What's going on, millennials? All right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about something that is very personal that I am not excited to share about, but this is a safe zone. So I know that things like this I should be discussing because it's real life and it's things that I am dealing with and understanding how to get better at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and share out something personal. But before I share that out, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe this video, and go ahead and hit the bell so you won't miss the next one, and give it a thumbs up if you like it. So let's talk about giving. Giving gifts, giving tips, giving money, giving joy, just overall giving. Okay, so the reason why I am a little embarrassed to share this is because when I was younger and we would go out to dinners, or I would go get my nails done, or anything that deals with paying money, I was not the best tipper. Sorry. I was taught to hold on to money, right? Don't give it out because you might go broke, you might be poor, you will never have money again. So I feel that my family instilled that I should hold on to money as much as possible. So when it came to giving extra money besides what I needed to pay for, I felt very uncomfortable to release that money. It's something that I've been working on. Obviously, when I was younger, I didn't know any better. As I grew, as I became an adult, it was still something that was very hard for me to do, to just kind of release that money. But this year, I know it took me a while to get here. This year, my friends, Lorraine and Samantha, shared this book with me, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And one of them really stood out to me. And this is where I started changing how I was living my life. It is the second one, which is the law of giving, okay? So the book explains how giving is a flow of energy. And so the way I looked at it as giving gifts and giving tips, or just overall giving money for whatever it is, that is something that was very difficult for me. But then I realized I am blocking the flow of energy when I'm holding on to the money or not giving gifts, right? I am blocking that flow. So in the book, it says, practicing the law of giving is actually very simple. If you want joy, give joy to others. Right? Very simple. So I want to live my life peaceful. I want to have a lot of joy. I want to give joy to others. And I didn't realize that me just holding on to these things was not giving joy to other people. Maybe they were fine, right? But I knew that I was not providing joy, and therefore I was not going to be getting joy back. It also says, when you meet someone, you can silently send them a blessing, wishing them happiness, joy, and laughter. This kind of silent giving is very powerful. In the book, they explain that when you go visit someone's house, that you should give them a gift, okay? It doesn't have to be a physical gift. It can be in the form of a compliment or kind words. Because I have not been a good gift giver, I have now been giving a very small gift every time I visit someone's house. So I make sure that that energy is constantly flowing. This is still something very hard for me, but I've been working on it because I noticed that my life has been changing subtly because I've been able to just release those things. Another thing that I do is give a better tip. Sorry. So I know I'm like just embarrassed to say this, but I have been getting better with giving tips. Here are some examples. We went out to dinner the other time and I wasn't sure. It was a to go, like a pickup order. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to tip or not. I felt that I should. I went ahead and tipped it. I was good to go. I was driving, and then that feeling in my gut, wow, you just gave up money. You just gave a tip. Did you have to do that? Did you need that money for something else? And all these things started clouding my brain and my judgment. And I just started crying inside that money I could have used for something else. And that's not okay. You know, I should be able to go ahead and release that money because I know that it was going to come back. And shortly after, I got a check in the mail that I was not expecting. and it was way more than what I gave that night as a tip. And I just realized, wow, what a blessing. I was able to bless someone in the form of a tip, and I received a blessing back. Another example of this was that I got my car washed at my job, and the person gave me their price. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and give them a tip. I didn't know if I needed to or not, but I needed to continue practicing giving. I went ahead and tipped them, and of course those feelings came over me. My mind was just like, what if you needed that money? I just was going to be I was not going to have enough, right? And I have to continue ignoring those thoughts. And then I ended up getting my paycheck for my business, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a check. I wasn't expecting the amount. And when I saw the amount, I was shocked. I was like, what? And those are just two little examples of me releasing a very small amount of money and the universe blessing me back. And wow, it's just so life-changing when you start putting things into practice and realizing that when you start letting things go and trusting in the universe, that it's going to always have your back, and it's always going to make sure that you're never lacking. And anytime I see these little things happening, I message Lorraine and Samantha just to kind of affirm that these things are happening in my life because of the steps that I'm taking. It's just so exciting to share this out. And I remember one time I was telling them a story, and I noticed in our planner that we rave about, that I'm obsessed with, one of the affirmations in the planner is, the more I give, the more I receive. And that is so true, because I just found out that my husband and I are going to be getting a massive check that we were not expecting. We were not expecting the amount and just what that is doing for our household. And I just know that because I am constantly releasing the flow, giving gifts, making sure the energy is constantly traveling, that I'm not blocking it, and I am getting blessed. The universe is providing. I love the affirmation, I am abundant and I never lack. And this is just a great example of how I'm able to live my life differently and how I'm able to be blessed. I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a few simple tips of what I've been doing. I am still working on this. The first thing is, I would say the affirmation, the more I give, the more I receive. And you want to say this to yourself daily, because you know that the universe has your back and that you're going to have abundance and you're never going to lack. The second thing is, anytime you're presented with an opportunity to give a gift, whether it's a physical gift, a form of money, or a compliment, go ahead and do your best to just release that gift. Okay, you can pay someone a compliment, you can say kind words, or you can just bring them a bottle of champagne or give them a tip if it's some type of service. The third thing that I would suggest is to just believe that the universe is going to always have your back and that you're never going to lack, and show others around you that you do believe that the life that you're living is just always going to be in abundance. And the last tip that I would suggest is being grateful. When these things happen to you, when you receive a random check in the mail, when you receive an extra bonus, when someone gives you something that you needed and you weren't expecting to receive, just be thankful. Be full of gratitude that you are being blessed and you're stepping into a season of abundance, and that if you're doing this every day, daily, consistent, you're gonna see that your life is going to be changing all the time. I hope that my life experience and what I shared wasn't easy, but I do hope that it made an impact and that you are going to be so blessed and you're going to never lack and you're going to be abundant and you're just going to have an even better life. If anything that I suggested or anything that I mentioned made an impact, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to share this out with your friends and family. And we hope to see you, and don't forget to tag us, and have an incredible day.